what Chelsea's going to show up? I think that's one of the many questions a lot of Chelsea fans will be asking themselves and they'll be asking each other. But before we get any further, before I give you my preview for this important final against Liverpool, I'm going to take the time to remind you to like, subscribe if you haven't already, share the channel with someone who doesn't know about Tytalkz CFC.
Tytalkz Chelsea.
Okay, now every time I'm gonna be speaking about any team that wears red, I'm always wearing it. I don't know why. It's just a very weird record that I have. If I speak about Man United, I'm wearing this. If I'm speaking about Liverpool, I'm wearing this. But I'm gonna go get straight into my predicted 11. Hopefully this shirt doesn't give them any luck against us. But you know this shirt here, I've been keeping it up and it's been giving us a good luck. We've won. We've been on a little win streak, ever since that game against Spurs. So hopefully we can continue to build on that. But my predicted 11 is this. Okay, so for this position, the goalkeeping position, I think this will be controversial for a lot of fans. It will be a divide in their decision of who fans would like to see. I know for a fact I would not be surprised if Kepa plays. I would not be upset if he started because he has been the goalkeeper to represent Chelsea in the Carabao Cup final and the FA Cup so far. So I wouldn't be surprised if he plays, but I think this is my predicted 11. So I would probably say Mendy is going to be starting because of that exact reason. I think he's going to be preferred ahead of Kepa, and I don't think it's because Kepa is trusted. I just think that because Edouard Mendy is the first choice goalkeeper, he's going to be placed ahead of Kepa when it comes on to starting this game. And a lot of people made jokes that the last time Kepa played in the Carabao Cup final, we lost to Man City. So a lot of people would use that like a joke to say that he shouldn't be playing. But I would still play Mendy, but I would not be unhappy if Kepa happens to play this game because he can do something. He's proven that he can pull off some top-notch saves, and he's getting back that confidence that he had when Chelsea initially signed him and when he had his first season. When he had the very good performance in his first season at the club. So I think, Mendy is going to start this game, but I would not be unhappy if Kepa is chosen to play in that goalkeeping position. Now, I'm going to be choosing a 3-4-3, and you'll understand why, and I think some people will probably guess why I've chosen 3-4-3. But for reasons, I am choosing 3-4-3, and I know a lot of fans will understand that the reason why I'm doing this is because of a certain player who isn't really doing well. But you'll see when I get to that position. Now, the back three for me will be Malang, Sarr on the left, Rudiger and Silva. Now, I know people would say Christensen should play because he has experience against Liverpool, but I would choose Sarr because he's been doing excellent when he's played. He's been played as a left back in the 4, and I would have gone with a 4 if it was a case where a player was actually doing well in order for me to predict a 4, and I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're going to stick with a 3, and we would stick to the formation that we used against Lille in the Champions League on Tuesday. So I think it's going to be a back 3, and my prediction, I think it's going to be Sarr, Rudiger and Silva. Now, and I must say this as well, this video has been done before any press conference was done. I'm only doing this now because of religious reasons. I will not be able to make the preview on a Saturday or on a Friday when probably a press conference is going to be taking place. So please bear with me. I will not be doing, this video may come out on a Friday, early on a Friday, but I'm doing it before the press conference, so forgive me if when you see this video, there's a lot of tweaks. Obviously, I don't think there's going to be any fresh injuries, but if it is, if any player that I choose is not available or is not able to be selected, please forgive me. Just remember that this video was done before the press conference, should there be any injuries that pop up. But I think my back three is Sarr, Rudiger and Silva. Now, as the wing backs, I know people would not want to see this, but I think is something that we're going to see, unfortunately. I think we're going to see Alonso on the left and Aspi on the right. Rich James has returned to first team training. I don't know if it'll be contention to make an appearance, but I wouldn't start him if he's fit. I would slowly embed him back into the team, and I'll stick with Aspi, who's been doing excellent at that right wing back position, and he's been doing excellent on that right. So he's Mr. Consistent, so he has to play for me. And the double pivot, I think, is gonna be Jorginho and Kante. I know people would say that Kovacic is back. It was a light, injury. It was an impact injury that he picked up and he was taken off out of precaution. But I would stick with Jorginho because, as for me personally, I don't think that Kante and Kovacic really suit each other well. They don't really work well together in my opinion. They contradict each other's role. Kovacic is more of a box-to-box. Kante is a box-to-box and a ball-winning midfielder. So I don't know if it's really going to help, because with Jorginho and Kovacic, or Jovacic as people call it, they work well together. And if you have a Jorginho and Kante, it's easier as well, because you will be able to allow Kante to be that box-to-box, being a ball-winning midfielder continuously, and you'll have that deep-lying playmaker and probably a Jorginho who can always switch, and he can be that, that midfielder who's going to be probably making passes, possibly. We don't know what instructions will be given to the midfield, but I think we're going to try something against Liverpool that needs to be done, because considering the form that Liverpool are in, scoring goals on the bounce, coming back for 1-0 down to win 3-1 against Norwich, destroying Leeds 6-0, we have to be concerned about what Chelsea is going to show up. So I think we're going to be instructing our midfield to change up what they normally do, which is why I think Jorginho and Kante will play. But for me, if Kovacic plays, obviously I would not be unhappy, because Kovacic is an excellent player. He's one of my favourite players in that midfield, so I think I would play him. And obviously if Jorginho doesn't play, I think he'll come on as a sub. I would not be surprised if that happens. But my double pivot is going to be Jorginho and Kante. If Kovacic plays, I have no issue with that. Like I said, this video is being done before, so anything can happen. An injury could happen to a midfielder and we're forced to play Kovacic, or Jorginho and Kovacic are the players that are chosen. You never know, but just bearing in mind that this video is done before a press conference because of religious reasons. Now, the three for me will be Pulisic on the left, Havertz is going to be in the center, and Hakim Ziyech is going to be on the right. Now, I don't want people to say I'm contradicting myself because I did not choose Kovacic in the midfield. The only reason why I did not choose Kovacic, like I said, is because I don't think Kante and Kovacic really suit each other the way that a Jorginho and a Kovacic would. Now, Ziyech has been in the form. He's been one of the few consistent players that we've had since January and February. So obviously I would stick with him on that right, because he's been doing well. He's been in form. He's been oozing with confidence. He's been doing well. And I mean, we played a back three, and even though Tuchel has said in the past that system, that formation correction doesn't really suit Ziyech, because he needs to have that freedom to go wider, and he doesn't really get to do that when he's playing in that 3 as a 10. But I think, we could see what he was doing. He did quite well against Lille until he got, that little impact injury, and he was forced off. But I think, we could do something with Ziyech on that right. I think he could be an important player for us in this final. So I think that's it. And I mean, my predicted 11, I don't know what Tuchel will do, because obviously I'm doing this before the press conference. I've said this 3 times now. So I score prediction. Oh, I think this could end in a way that it's going to be an intense game. I think it's going to be difficult because, like I said, Liverpool are in form. But I'm a Chelsea fan. I'm going to be predicting a win for my team because that's what I love to do, be positive. And I'm going to be saying Chelsea 2, Liverpool 1. I would love for us to keep a clean sheet, but knowing Liverpool, I think we may concede. But I think we'll be able to have good enough to win and win 2-1. That is my prediction. Thanks for watching once again. Like and subscribe. Like the vid. Share. Thanks. Peace. Keep the blue flag flying high. Come on, Chelsea. Let's bring home that silverware and let us win the Carabao Cup for the first time in a couple of years.